Hello everyone and welcome. I'm Chokni and this is Eats Many Cakes, and we're going to be taking a look at the Crown exclusive store only item for the Tsaesci Style motif. I'm not even going to be pronouncing that word often because I have no idea if I've been pronouncing it right. So there are two ways to view this item. So you can actually preview it by clicking on bundle details in the Crown Store, and you can see that there are actually two items. You get your motif book with all your pages, and then you get the Crown mimic stones. You get 5 of them, which is really useful because I don't think the material drops in the game unless you make the items first and then deconstruct them. But they might do what they did with the Grim Harlequin and the Frostcaster styles, and you can get more of their materials during certain points of the year, but I don't know how they work that in with this one yet. So this is a good way to see the whole outfit first. So this is the light. Some people have been joking that it looks like a light shade on the top of your heads. It's not too bad, is it? It's a nice style, and it's good that it is. Obviously people want it to be nice, but for a Crown Store exclusive, you definitely want it to be one of those that are good enough for you to just feel like, yep, I want this one for my collection. So then you get your medium. Now this is where it starts for me to get a bit more of a samurai look to it. But again, I find it quite nice. It is a good style for Crown Store exclusive. And you can see I'm actually got the 2 daggers for the medium as well, so you can see slightly what the weapons are like. And then you have your heavy, and I actually really like this. I like the chest, and I quite like the shield. It's different. I'll have to read up more on what this Tsaesci style is like. You know, the background and the lore behind it. There you go, got just a regular sword down there as well, and you can just about make out there's a little animal on the hilt. But with the second way to preview the item, you might be able to get a closer look. So all you need is an outfit station. You go on to equipment, and then you can just have a look all down here. So that's just for the dies. I was looking for the weapons just then. But we'll have a quick start with the heads. So this is in the heavy armor, and you can see it's already dyed to match what I've done previously on my suit. That looks a bit scary actually, all in that colour. And then again with the medium. And the that looks quite funny. Oh, just get it just so you can have the the lampshade on your head. So this part is as your outfit. So once you've learnt the styles and your characters consume them, you can then obviously go to your outfit stations and style yourself individually if you don't want to make your items out of them. I'd show you a preview of what the chests are like as well. So there's the cuirass. This is what I like about it. And with the colours I've got, it's already quite a nice match. So that one was in heavy. This one's in the medium. So obviously it's a bit more long-winded to do it this way. But if you're really wanting to make sure that you like everything as it is, then this is a good option to take a look at first before you spend your crowns. But even the robe looks good, especially with the colours that I've already got and the jerkin. I think I actually prefer the robe. So having seen the items, a few of them from the outfit station and then the full previews within the Crown Store, I will be getting this one to add to my collection. So you can see it's 2,200 crowns for the 2 items, and then it says, oh, this is for me, this isn't for anybody else. You get the Tsaesci Style, which I've probably pronounced in 3 different ways, and you get those crown mimic stones as well. There you go, so it appears as a gold item in your supplies, and then you just press on the A button to consume it all. And it gives you the full book as well, which, don't worry, I won't be reading because we will be here for a long time. So I realised that after I'd purchased the motif book, the reason I couldn't preview at the outfit station my weapons was because I had unequipped them. So now that I am all set and geared up again, we can have a look. So we'll start off with the one-handed weapons, and we'll go for axes. And as I've now purchased the item, they will appear in my regular area rather than my preview slotted out places. So here's your one-handed axe, which looks really nice. And you can still see the snake headed hilt at the base. Then you've got your hammers. So this is the mace, and that looks awesome. That looks more like a bludgeoned object thing. That is not something you want to come across in the battlefield. Then we have swords. Well, that's nice and simple. There's a nice little design of the snake just above the handle, if you can see it. Yeah, that's really nice, that. And then we have the dagger, which of course was already in the preview for the medium armours, but we'll take another look. There you go, short and sweet. Again, another little snake embellishment above the handle and your snake-headed hilt as well. Now we can take a look at the shields. Of course, shields only has the one. There it is, I can see it. Where's my cursor thing? There it is. There we go. Doesn't that look nice? I especially like it still. That is really nice. I might go a different colour on it. I'm definitely going to have to rearrange my outfit to match it. I do like that. Now I don't use a bow, but I've equipped one just so we can have a look. There we go. So they've got a snake head as part of the pattern at either end of the bow. And then you can see like the snake body wraps around the bow itself. That's really nice. I like the attention to detail that's gone into this one. And then we'll switch over to a two-handed item. And we'll be able to see all the two-handed weapons. So we'll start at the top with the axes, or the great axe. And there we go. Look at that. Double the trouble with the way that it's been made. That looks awesome again. That's a really good style. Then you got your hammers or your great mauls. You can see it without even needing to read it. You can just tell that that's part of it. Look at that. That's a right proper let's not go on meet you in the battlefield kind of weapon. Tell you what, if someone came up to me with that, I'd be running in the opposite direction. And then your great swords. There we go. See, it matches the dagger and the one-handed sword with the snake pattern just above the handle. And then you can see the snake-headed hilt at the bottom as well. Looks heavy. Not as heavy as that mace one, that two-handed mace. That absolute monster. And that's it on the weapons. I did end up changing my mind when I realised that this was a law book for the Tsaesci Style, and it does go into a bit of background. As I mentioned in the video earlier, I would like to find out some more information. So I've put this towards the end of my video so that if anybody is interested, then they can have a read along with me. So this is for Crafting Motif 53, the Tsaesci Style, by Chiesa Fida, the Chronicler of Blades, de Tonnenecker. Oh my goodness, I am so sorry for mispronouncing everything. What does Akaviri mean? For many generations after the coming of my ancestors to Tamriel in the late First Era, Akaviri meant the people and heritage of the Tsaesci, the most refined and sophisticated civilization on the remote eastern continent of Akavir. As every schoolchild knows, at the beginning of the 28th century of the First Era, the Tsaesci sent a large and well-armed fortified embassage to Tamriel for reasons of mythic import that are not for discussion in a venue such as this. This Tsaesci force met General Riemann of Cyrodiil first as an antagonist and then as an ally. Thereafter, General Riemann became Emperor Riemann I, and was the Second Empire was born. My ancestors were among that Tsaesci force, and indeed many Imperials could now claim some measure of Akaviri descent, and might well do so. Were the name Akaviri not tarnished by the recent invasion of the Kamali barbarians, so ill-advised, so abominably led, so resoundingly defeated? But we will speak no more of them. We will speak instead of what may be spoken of the Tsaesci. Much may not be shared outside the true bloodlines, but this was never true of our artisanship, of the serpentine ways of making. So serpentine, that's the snake head that was on the hilt of the sword, and the shields that we saw. These my ancestors freely shared with the people of Riemann, and though over time the old styles have become diluted and debased, still pristine examples of the serpentine ways can be seen in the Tonnenecker at Riemann, where I am honoured to labour as chronicler. See our traditional armour, painstakingly crafted of many small rigid plates, laced or wired together to form a flexible, blade-proof fabric. Note how the most vulnerable areas are protected by several overlapping layers, all hinged to move as the body moves. So it kind of reminds me of the snake. You know how it slithers about, kind of wiggles its way? That's the kind of idea I'm getting with how they're actually designing the outfits, the armour. Notice our masked helms, each a fierce scowling visage crowned with horns or flaring crests to create an imposing and intimidating silhouette as of an unstoppable demon warrior. Admire our katanas in 3 lengths, dagger, sword and two-handed sword, narrow blades with a slight curve, away from their single edge, superbly designed for quick cutting, though with a point for when a thrust is needed. Wonder at the beauty of our shields, which, though we rarely use them in combat, are still made and decorated to the most exacting standards passed down from one generation of artisans to the next. And fear our snake-headed bows, stripped red and tan to represent the duality of life and death, and how close to each other the two always are, and must be. Even the fletching of our arrows is meticulous. Would you follow the serpentine ways of making? Then here, armourer, are your models. So I actually really enjoyed reading that. That was good. That was a nice way to learn a bit more about the armour. Thank you very much for watching my video. If you enjoyed it, give it a like. Put your comments down below. Let us know if you got the item and if you're enjoying it. Or if you think that it's not worth it, what other styles do you prefer instead? Thanks very much for watching.